story of 4 lone survivors. One forsaken crew. And a shipload of the undead. The bone-chilling tale inspired by legendary director George Romero. It's anchors away for brain-splattering action.
Years ago, I did research for a World War II movie. I came across some old Nazi documents. I couldn't believe what I was reading. Element 115, necromancers, raising the dead, real creepy stuff.
We're completely surrounded! Come on!
The coolest thing? Some of that crazy shit happened right here. I've always liked the monster within idea. I like the zombies being us. It's like zombies are the blue-collar monsters.
We're completely surrounded!
We're completely fucked! Are you girls kidding me? I've been praying for this shit! Come on!
Boys, let's get to work.
For God's sakes, he missed me again!
Oh, cut! Are you blind, man?
Like this.
Ow! Oh!
See?
Oh!
No, Jefe, I do it like this.
Daddy!
I do it like this.
Get back to hair and makeup. You don't look dead enough.
Come on, let's go.
That ain't in the script.
We're writing a new one. It's called Dragon Shack Massacre. This is a real nightmare.
Let's slay some stiffs.
A zombie attacked George, and they both fell into the frigid water, along with a stage light. Zombies reanimated all over the Siberian outpost. Sarah, Robert, Danny, and Michael grabbed some weapons and began fighting against the zombies in the Battle of Call of the Dead. George turned into a zombie as well. However, he was more powerful than any other zombie, although it was not known what caused this. Perhaps it was the stage light's electricity or some vril influence. The actors came upon the locked room with the subjects trapped inside it.
Ah! I'm blind! I'm blind! In my eyes! Holy shitballs! Me too. What did you do, Richtofen?
I did nothing. There's a light switch. Oh, I think I found a lever. Perhaps this will turn on the light.
Oh, ah! Let go! That's not a lever! Richtofen!
Shh! Did you hear that?
Oh, sounded like someone outside. Hey, you! Hey! I need vodka!
Hello? Can you help us? There must be a blown fuse or something. It's dark in here.
Oh, man. That's wet.
Takeo was sick to his stomach from all the teleporting. Richtofen asked the actors to find an extra fuse to turn the lights on in the room. They found one and put it in the wall, turning on the lights.
Ah, much better. Now I can see the problem. We must have gone too far into the future. Look, the teleporter's completely broken. The time circuits are damaged. We'll have to reroute them.
Wait! You took us here on purpose? Where are we?
A better question, Dempsey.
Oh, look, this blinky light! What's this button do?
No! Ah! Oh, great, Nikolai. You've just activated the MTD security system.
Good.
Excuse me. You're outside. Yeah. The handsome one. We need you to locate the power sources of the security system. They look like little half domes with a hole on top. Kind of like a big... Forget it. If you destroy those, it should shut down the security system.
Nikolai saw a blinking button and pressed it, which turned on the MTD security system. So, the actors destroyed the power sources of the MTD security system to turn it off.
Okay, that did the trick.
Ah, yes. Takeo, can you hand me that screwdriver?
Okay, you...
Is that all he's going to do this trip?
Oh, I have such a headache. I need vodka.
Now ain't the time for drinking, Nikolai.
I heartily disagree. Now is perfect time for drinking.
Yeah, vodka. That might give me the distraction I mean, good idea.
See, Tank? It's always good time for drinking, eh?
There couldn't possibly be anything left to drink anywhere. Could there?
Nikolai asked for some vodka, and Richtofen urged the actors to find some vodka.
Hi, Takeo. Yeah, how you doing? See all your puke? Is that we're picking up? You're not saying thank you? Nothing? You know why? 'Cause you're a little shit.
So they found some vodka and they sent it through the tube into the room. Richtofen gave it to Tank and Nikolai, who became drunk. Takeo was already incapacitated.
Oh, hello. Thank you so much.
Come on, Richtofen. It's singing time.
I feel like dancing with third wife, but she's doing the troika with Dave.
Wait, isn't the troika that dance that needs 3 people?
Yeah, but third wife, big woman. She can do both parts.
Ew.
I lie in bed, I just roll toward her, you know. Takeo, let's dance, you barfing fool.
So now that they're occupied, I was wondering, could you do a special errand for me? I need you to retrieve a very important device. It looks like a long, stiff, hard golden rod. With fingers on the end. Oh, delightful. But it will take an art critic to find the right path.
Richtofen then requested that they find the v.III generator. Richtofen believed the v.III generator was last at the Siberian outpost for study by the time Group 935 fell apart. The actors searched. They found little slips of color-coded paper with numbers on them, as well as corresponding dials within the lighthouse at the Siberian outpost. They changed the dials to match the numbers, and then they connected 4 Morse code radios that sent a signal relay to a light in the sky, likely the pyramid in orbit around the Earth. The actors then pressed some switches on the bridge of the crashed ship on the coast, and the switches activated an unmanned submarine nearby that rose out of the ocean. The submarine emitted a series of foghorn trumpet blasts. In return, the actors used some land-based foghorns reciprocally. The submarine shone a green stream of light that hid the light in the lighthouse, refracting to the base of the bottom of the lighthouse. The actors did all of this while surviving against zombies and George. Meanwhile, Richtofen changed out of his spacesuit.
The v.III generator will be mine! Then there is only one more thing I need!
One of the actors found the VR-11, left behind by the Americans. Whenever fired upon a zombie, the zombie was replaced with a human, which panicked and ran for his life, merely to be killed. Curiously, a human ran to the green light at the base of the lighthouse. Before he made it to the top, the actors killed him. He was propelled upwards, and the human was vaporized when it reached the top of the lighthouse. From his non-existent corpse dropped the v.III generator. The actors returned the v.III generator to Richtofen via the tube connected to the closet. By this time, Richtofen fixed the teleporter in that room.
Kinda sick that I have to ask this, but Richtofen, is that a rod in your pocket?
9. Let's go. I've got us what we needed.
Yeah, drunk!
Thank you so much for your help out there. Bye-bye!
Hey, what happened?
Should I get out and push?
The fuse box must have shorted out. Again!
Oh, come on! This better be more rewarding than last time. Stupid Gersh.
Vodka!
However, when they used it, the fuse shorted out again, so the actors hit the fuse, which jump-started the teleporter.
Thank you again, stranger. Perhaps we will see you another time. Goodbye.
Yo, sauerkraut. You never did tell us why we came, wherever this is.
All in good time, my clever Dempsey. All in good time. Oh, that's what you get for eating raw fish!
Richtofen said goodbye to the actors before teleporting away to another place in time. The actors and George Romero eventually died, succumbing to the zombies. People in Hollywood wrote many stories on the disappearance of the production of Call of the Dead. A mysterious woman began to look through George's research and was astonished at what he had found, and so were some agents from the United States government.
I started going through his research, and good fucking lord, this is a confusing mess. So much shit about time travel, different dimensions. Honestly, I'm not even sure what he's getting into. You couldn't make this stuff up. A mad German scientist, a foul-mouthed American, a drunk Soviet, and a warrior Japanese soldier, all working together? It's been 6 weeks since the rest of the Call of the Dead cast and crew went missing. Hollywood's lost its fucking mind with this story. An entire production vanishes? Crazy talk. I told you, this is why you don't shoot in Siberia. So with agent on line 1, manager on line 2, I needed to sort this quickly. I'd rather have zombies come for me than an agent. That's real horror. I don't need that.
Brock and his assistant Gary were two famous explorers, and they announced that they found the location of Shangri-La in the Himalayas. They set off to explore themselves in their search to find the mythical realm of Agartha. The mysterious woman followed them out of curiosity.
The heat and humidity is just excruciating. According to the locals, the temple should be in this mountain range just up this river. Gary, do you hear that? A waterfall. We must be close. Hand me the binoculars. There is a structure up ahead. If this is truly a gateway to Agartha, my work will finally be validated.
Brock, I don't think this place is abandoned.
Don't be silly. This place has to be thousands of years old. I have found some unfinished carvings around the structures I can't make out. They do not look like... Wait, what is this?
What the hell was that? Why is the sky dark?
It's an eclipse. We must have...
Run! What are those things?
Zombies. We have to find another way.
Zombies? What are you talking about?
The writings must have been right. No! Don't touch that! Damn! Take a look around and try to find a way out.
I got nothing.
We will have to conserve our supplies. Take your shoes off and hand me your socks. I have been trapped in the temple structure for days. Gary is dead, and I don't see a way out of here. I can still hear the zombies outside. I fear this is my last recording, as the battery is about to die, and I will soon follow. One thing I can be certain of is that glove...
Brock and Gary pressed a button which teleported them back in time, where there was a solar eclipse. In their attempt to escape the zombies that had overrun Shangri-La, they got trapped in an inescapable room of the temple, where they stayed until they starved to death, leaving their 21st century radio as evidence of their existence. The mysterious woman followed them into the past and into death. The subjects arrived at Shangri-La in late 2011.
Finally, we're out of that damn closet.
Yeah, but it was nice break, no? Not for me. That was a horrible experience.
You just need to bite down on something.
Takeo, you are a really, really bad dancer. Second wife dances better than you, and she's dead. I miss her.
Shh! I hear my precious angels. Let the slaughter begin.
Oh, I have nothing left to puke.
Good. I was really tired of cleaning it up.
Oh, that closet reminded me of home. Home smelled a little worse, though. Less sanitation. It is your breath, Russian piglet. Hey, that's a load coming from one who's been intimate with a stuffed monkey.
Shut up, you two. I hear him coming. Time to raid the refrigerator.
Much of Shangri-La was different from when Richtofen first found it. There were tunnels underground with modern and semi-modern mining equipment. The area also had a crude hydroelectric power system, which was connected to various mechanisms around the temple. The zombies had overrun the Soviets, and there was evidence of their presence, such as pieces of lunar landers and spikemores, which were claymores jury-rigged to explode in a flurry of punji stakes. 3 new varieties of zombies surfaced in Shangri-La. Monkey zombies were reanimated monkeys from the jungle surrounding Shangri-La that had an irate fascination with power-ups. Napalm zombies were zombies that had napalm infused into their bodies. Shrieker zombies were ancient bodies that reanimated into zombies. Having died long ago and merely being preserved, they had less flesh to their bodies and as such were light, nimble, and quick, and they had outstanding control over airflow. Nikolai and Takeo hated each other as usual, but Takeo developed a sort of pity for the drunken Russian, going as far as calling him Nicky. The subjects fought zombies in the Battle of Shangri-La, and they noticed the Martian mountain, now eroded and overgrown. Subjects also found a set of 4 stone buttons in the center of Shangri-La. When they pressed all of them at the same time, they activated the ancient teleporter within Shangri-La that was used by Brock and Gary. It took them back an unknown length of time to the time when Brock and Gary became trapped. However, the buttons the subjects pressed were only temporary. After so long a time, they returned to the present and had to press the buttons again.
Whoa! Okay, what the hell just happened?
Why does everything look blue?
Look, there is an eclipse! Fascinating. And look, there's a giant meteor on top of the temple! I must have it in my pockets. Yeah, good luck with that. Let's go figure out what's going on.
The subjects, back in time, came upon Brock and Gary. They hit a button in an attempt to free them from their confinement. Then a bunch of panels with symbols on them appeared. The 4 matched them up, which fully freed Brock and Gary from the entrapment. However, Gary got his leg stuck in some gears, and they still ended up dying.
What the hell was that? Why is the sky dark?
It's an eclipse. We must have...
Run! What are those things?
Zombies. We have to find another way.
Zombies? What are you talking about?
The documents must have been right. No! Don't touch that! Damn! Take a look around and try to find a way out.
Brock, I hear somebody out there that isn't dead.
Hello out there. Hello?
Hey, there's somebody in there.
Hey, guys, there's some British guy in this wall.
Hello, where are you? The voices! Wait, that's not in my head.
We are stuck behind some kind of mechanism. Whatever you did moved it slightly. We really could use some help here. The stone is moving. It seems to be working. Oh, wonderful! There is some kind of crystal rising from the floor. Look at this. There's a passageway below. We have to push on to have any chance of escape.
Thanks, whoever you guys are.
I can hear water up ahead. Following the flow of water may lead us out of here.
Ah, crap! My leg! It's stuck in some gears!
Hold on, I'll get you out. Come on. Oh, good God.
The teleporter wore off and the subjects were sent back to the present. They used it again and went back to the past again.
We have come back to the same night again.
Oh, I had to relive the same night over and over before.
A time-traveling temple, of course. So, what now?
Same thing we always do. A bunch of seemingly random and convoluted things until we win, no?
This time, the subjects changed the past when they walked near the water grating at the bottom of the water slide. 3 of the group stood on the grating while the 4th pressed a switch in the water slide, which in turn opened the gates, which in turn freed Gary's leg. Then a focusing crystal, presumably a meteorite, hit the side of the mountain, killing Brock and Gary.
We are trapped down here between two gates, and the water is rising. Can you see any way to open these gates? That did it! His leg is free and the way is clear. We're moving through a small network of tunnels. This appears to be some sort of aqueduct system. Unless this was carved out at a much later...
Holy crap!
The teleporter wore off again. They used it again, returning to the past. The first thing they noticed was the focusing crystal falling from the sky.
So, I hope... Holy shitballs! Holy crap! Impressive.
Sorry, I thought that would be hidden by giant space rock falling from sky.
Ah, Nikolai, you're like a child.
Let's get out of here and see what happened.
This time, when the subjects went back in time, they used the 3179 JGB-215 to shrink the focusing crystal and put it into place. They did it right away, apparently minimizing the damage done within the structure, sparing Brock and Gary. However, the two explorers triggered a gas leak that killed them, yet again.
That did it! His leg is free and the way is clear! Let's get moving. We're moving through a small network of tunnels. This appears to be some sort of aqueduct system. Unless this was carved out at a much later...
Holy crap!
We need to start digging and get past this cave-in! Well, we lucked out on that.
I wouldn't classify any of this as lucky.
Well, we are still alive.
Shh. Do you hear that?
Quickly, under there!
Great, another dead end.
Well, at least we're safe for now.
Really?
Gary, get up! Hello? Damn it.
The teleporter wore off again, and they used it again to return to the past again.
What a glorious eclipse!
Yeah, whatever. What are we doing here?
Perhaps we should wander around and see if we can find that strange man and his servant.
I'm just about done helping those guys. What are they doing for us?
Don't be daft, Dempsey. We have been raising the focusing crystals.
The what?
Never mind. Gorgeous. Let's go find them.
This time, when the subjects went back in time, they turned the valve, preventing Brock and Gary from dying from the gas leak. However, that had the unfortunate side effect of making the inner walls move. In order to get the walls to stop moving, the subjects had to burst all the pipes by leading a napalm zombie through the tunnel next to the area where Brock and Gary were trapped. They eventually got stuck in a well. A large serpent then ate Gary. Brock died afterwards.
Hello? That seems to have stopped the gas. I wish I'd come out there and thank you in person, but we are still trapped in this chamber.
You have got to be kidding me!
Oh no! The walls are moving! Can you find a way to stop this before we are crushed? Excuse me, gentlemen. We're running out of time in here. The room is getting a little cramped. We really don't have much more time.
We are going to die!
That did it!
Let's get out of here before spikes shoot out of the walls and the floors open up to a pit of lava!
This place is massive. The architecture is not what I expected to see. It's more of an interpretation
What the hell's wrong with you? If this place doesn't kill us, the freaking undead will. We are stuck in some kind of trap-filled temple of death surrounded by a horde of undead, and you were talking about the rugs not matching the curtains. If you don't...
Well, this is unfortunate.
Yeah, I rest my case.
The walls are too slippery to climb. I can see a tube about halfway up the side of the well, but we can't reach it.
What the... I think something just swam past my leg.
Where?
I don't know!
I wonder where he will be stuck now.
Probably by the radio we found in the past. Present, future.
Oh, but they died so gloriously! Why do we have to help them?
Maybe they'll help us somehow.
Well, so far it's just us helping them. Better be worth it. Stupid Gersh.
Nikolai, your foreshadowing amuses me.
The teleporter wore off again and they used it to return to the past again.
What genius could build such a magnificent structure?
The Emperor!
Oh, come on, Tak. You need to vary it up a bit.
What I'm wondering is, why is there a trash compactor in an ancient temple?
Well, what else would they do with their trash?
This time, when they went back in time, they used spike mortars to fill holes in the tunnel underneath the waterfall, which raised the water level enough for Brock and Gary to climb to the chute. They died this time because they triggered an arrow trap that the mysterious woman had built. She seemed to become aware of all of their repeated deaths, and she was annoyed about it.
So I started with a simple one. Something about two guys named Brock and Gary looking for a Martha. They finished like dead. Figured I'd start there. Next thing I know, I'm in this jungle, and it's hot and humid, and the sky goes black. Like dark black. I look up. There's an eclipse, and these things start chasing me. Like zombies. Trust me. I know how it sounds. I've been fighting them so long now. I should be dead. In fact, I'm pretty sure I have died, but it just keeps going.
Hello? We're stuck down here. If you could somehow fill it up with water, we could get out. There is water filling the well, but it's not filling fast enough to reach the top. Yes, we can reach the top.
I've started setting up these traps. Pretty damn proud of them, if I do say so myself. Wait, I hear something.
I can see the outside.
Thank heavens, we're finally out of the wretched catacombs.
It's still full of cliffs.
Yes, it is very strange. I've been thinking about those unfinished carvings we saw before the eclipse occurred, and can't help but think they hold some sort of key in all of this. We should investigate the stepped pyramid for some clues.
I think we should get the hell out of here while we have the chance.
But we're so close to proving the existence of...
Finally. Sorry, the only thing more annoying than the undead are those two guys, whoever they are, and I'm having no luck. I swear, if I die a few more times, I may actually lose it. At least then I'll have those agents off my back.
The teleporter wore off again, and the subjects used it again to return to the past again.
Oh, goody. We're back in the past again.
This is so much fun! They keep on dying in such creative ways!
Sadist.
Oh, thank you, Nikolai. And you don't smell as bad as usual. There.
I think you have all lost your minds. Let's hurry and find them.
This time when the subjects went back in time, they activated panels with more symbols on them all over the surface of Shangri-La, which gave a hint to what Brock and Gary must do. Brock found a code that they could use. They also blew up the trap so that it wouldn't kill Brock and Gary.
I can see the outside.
Thank heavens, we're finally out of the wretched catacombs.
It's still full of cliffs.
Yes, it is very strange. I've been thinking about those carvings we saw before the eclipse. Give me a moment.
Oh, jeez, man, do we really need to do this now?
Yes, they do match the pictures from the tattoo. It's a code. 16134. This doesn't mean much. Perhaps the answer lies inside that stepped pyramid.
Wait, so how did they know the code now? I'm confused.
Don't be daft, Dempsey. We finished the glyphs for them, so when they got here in the future, they were able to read them because we changed the past. So the past present, when we were, never actually happened to them, and...
Wait, what?
Oh, all this gives me a headache. Let's just find out where to use this code.
The teleporter wore off again and the four used it again to return to the past again.
Wait, why are we here again? Do we even know what we're doing?
I'm not sure. Perhaps we missed something.
Maybe, but it's no big deal. I miss things all the time, and look at me. Yes, look at you. Ugh. Let's get going.
This time, when the subjects went back in time, they changed the dials in the mud pit room to show 16134. This change allowed Brock and Gary to enter the main temple safely. They died again by staying there too long with zombies running amok nearby.
We have made it inside the top of the temple. I can see an antechamber through a crack in the wall, but there is no way to get inside. It's completely enclosed.
If we had a stick of dynamite, I could get us in there.
Well, unless you brought some, I think we're not getting any further.
I had some in my bag, but dropped it when we were attacked by the horde of zombies.
Hey, Pyro Putzes, I might be able to help you with that.
Hey, guys! It's happening again!
Dynamite! I find your dynamite!
Dynamite! Wunderbar!
Okay, you bring me that stick of dynamite, I'll open this bitch up like a can of beans! Then can we get the hell out of here?
Of course! I just need to see the inside of the temple.
I dropped the bag near where we were first attacked! And by the look of it out there, we're not going to be able to stroll around looking for it.
So close to the answers.
We need to get the hell out of here before it's too late!
The teleporter wore off again and the subjects used it again to return to the past again.
I think all the crystals are raised. Now what?
Why don't you tell us, Richtofen? You seem to know what you're doing.
Yeah, that's true.
So, then what do we need to do?
I don't know yet, but I will when we do it. And then I will have everything that I need. I mean, hey, maybe we should go see where those guys are stuck.
This time, when the subjects went back in time, they tried to find the dynamite. They found it was stuck on one of the focusing crystals, so they upgraded the 3179 JGB-215 into the fractalizer, and they shot the focusing crystals in a specific fashion so that the beam refracted onto all of the other crystals before eventually hitting the giant element 115 meteor on top of the temple, shrinking the meteor. The dynamite also fell off the focusing crystal, so they grabbed it and gave it to Gary. Brock and Gary blew the wall up, giving them access to the antechamber of the temple.
All right, here we go! Everybody get back!
I am now entering the antechamber. I see some sort of altar, and there is a rock suspended above it. This is just wonderful. An inscription. Richtofen. Gary, take an etching. The rock above the altar seems to be suspended in thin air. I'm going to remove it now.
We've been in this jungle for days and haven't seen any sign of this hidden temple.
We cannot give up. It has to be here.
I can't shake this feeling like we're going in circles.
We should get to higher ground and take a look. The heat and humidity is just excruciating. According to the locals, the temple should be in this mountain range just up this river. Gary, do you hear that? A waterfall. We must be close. Hand me the binoculars. There is a structure up ahead. If this is truly a gateway to Agatha, my work will finally be validated.
Inside, Brock and Gary found a plaque with Richtofen's name carved upon it, as well as the shrunken meteor, which would become known as the focusing stone. When Brock touched the focusing stone, the extreme density of the element 115 within the focusing stone caused time to reverse upon being touched. It reset events for Brock and Gary back to when they first arrived. This put them in a recursion that could only be escaped by death, although the fate of the mysterious woman was not known. Richtofen presumably managed to grab it, since he also had the real generator to counteract it. The subjects then used the teleporter to again teleport away. In 2016, the first one got the idea for a new way to evaluate the happiness of humanity. It created an application for smartphones that enabled people to simply press a button to indicate whether or not they had a good day. The first one looked at all of the user data that was collected from around the world, but not being omniscient made it difficult for it to keep up with the data, making the idea a failed experiment. Throughout 2025, a large military faction alliance formed and grew, known as the Strategic Defense Coalition, or SDC, and it was made up of Afghanistan, Mongolia, North Korea, China, and many other countries. The SDC and NATO were then the two primary world power alliances. Tian Chao was the ruling dictator of China and the SDC at this time. In Shanghai, Province 22, China, there were 2 buildings, a multi-level mall and a sweatshop. Both of them had outlets for the International Zombie Center, an enterprise built on the fascination of the zombie apocalypse. The International Zombie Center had the protection of the SDC, evident by the SDC soldiers that were there. The International Zombie Center's 2 outlets there worked together, despite the differences in the wealth of the estates. A weapon was developed that fired Element 115 in a modified state of matter that was like goo. The sweatshop managed to acquire a few pieces to build one, but they didn't get all of the parts. Around this time, in Hollywood, there was a film studio that filmed many famous movies in many different genres. For an upcoming science fiction movie, they researched some futuristic-looking weapons. 2 of the guns that were featured were the ray gun and the goo shooting gun, but they were just replicas of the real things. The studio began filming the movie in which these weapons were to make an appearance. Space Monsters from the Moon, too. Meanwhile, an amusement park was established in Nevada that housed a retrofuturistic exhibit called Nuketown 2025, in commemoration of the original Nuketown. In 2025, an international group of terrorists began to assault the industrialized nations of the world. However, the United States fought back. Nuketown 2025 and the studio were just 2 of the many places that were ambushed by mercenaries. The Federal Bureau of Investigation, or FBI, and the United States Naval Special Warfare Development Group, colloquially known as SEAL Team 6, both sent armed agents and soldiers to defend against the mercenaries. For unknown reasons, a nuke was dropped in the battle in Nuketown 2025. Later, a Black Ops team assassinated Tian Chao. Back in Shanghai in the mall and sweatshop, flyers were placed around the area by the International Zombie Center, telling people to be on the lookout for a zombified Tian Chao, which very few people likely took seriously. Meanwhile, a mining operation was begun in Angola that happened to be right above the long ago abandoned western ghost town. Also, the United States did some experimenting in the Green Run area, which had been abandoned since the 1960s, and they used the ghost town as a cover. They were operating within the town there and within a nearby power facility outside of the town. There, they made a secret underground laboratory. Within the power facility, they created their own power grid and a being fused from human biology, Element 115, and electricity, known only as him. Underneath the town, they had a pack-a-punch that they never got around to assembling, as well as a fully functioning underground railroad system. They also artificially combined the genetic code of different creatures to create very strange abominations that they kept in cages underneath the town. An American militaristic corporate entity known as Broken Arrow also began to experiment with the uses of Element 115. One of Broken Arrow's agents was a man known as Russman, but he was fired. The United States began another secret program in Nevada to construct a nuclear drill to try to drill deep into the earth for an unknown purpose. They used it near the remains of Nuketown. However, the design was not perfected, and it caused massive amounts of destruction. In the month of January, radiation scientists were studying the results of the test in the ruins of Nuketown when they noticed zombies rising, which was due to either Element 115, the nuclear blast at the site of the test, or because the zombies themselves came from the overran no man's land nearby. The radiation scientists sent a distress call to Area 51, which resulted in 2 groups of 4 agents each being sent to aid them. One group consisted of CIA agents, the other consisted of agents from the Center for Disease Control, or CDC. When they arrived, all but one of the radiation scientists had turned into zombies themselves. The remaining scientist, Marlton Johnson, a young protege in his 20s, hid in the fallout shelter in Nuketown. A rigged intercom was still functioning in Nuketown that received transmissions from the Griffin station that could be heard across the site. The CDC and CIA fought against these zombies in the second Battle of Nuketown. The subjects then arrived in the no man's land part of Area 51 through teleportation at the same time as the zombie outbreak in Nuketown. No man's land was completely overrun with zombies and hounds. Richtofen put the focusing stone into the crevice in the Vril generator, effectively merging them together into what he called the Vril device. The subjects used the teleporter set up by the United States government in no man's land that had a direct connection with Griffin Station to go there. They put on pressurized external suits to protect themselves against the lunar environment. Despite Richtofen's planning, his inner spacesuit turned out to be unnecessary. They fought zombies in the Battle of Moon. 2 new types of zombies appeared in Griffin Station alongside the regular zombies. Astro zombies were reanimated bodies that happened to be in spacesuits at the time of their reanimation. They were super pressurized, and they had the ability to teleport at will. Phasing zombies were gas zombies that mutated, gaining the ability to consistently teleport forward in between every few steps they take. The CIA and CDC agents could hear Richtofen through the intercom system in Nuketown. Using 4 terminals found outside Griffin Station, the subjects gained access to the Griffin Station mainframe. Then one of them grabbed the hacker, a device built in Griffin Station with the sole purpose to hack into electronics. They used it to hack into the mainframe. Then Excavator Pi breached through Tunnel 6 in Griffin Station, completely destroying the atmosphere and artificial gravity in that sector. However, the drilling dislodged the egg from its resting place, and the subjects found it.
I knew I should have invented an egg-moving robot. Stupid Maxis with his rules and stupid accent.
The egg acted as a key to the MPD. The subjects put it in the MPD and a glass tank emerged from it. They killed 25 zombies, their souls filling the machine. Then they flipped the switch, which made the MPD open, exposing Samantha, cryogenically frozen inside. The subjects acquired a wire from the laboratories in Griffin Station and 2 Casimir plates from No Man's Land. They put these on an apparatus, connecting it to a terminal. Richtofen placed the real device in between the Casimir plates where it floated. Richtofen hacked into the mainframe, accessing the Casimir mechanism using the apparatus he created. This activated the long-dormant Maxis, who tried to stop him.
Excellent! This is all going according to plan! Login, Teddy. Password is a liar. I'm not, but that's why no one would guess it.
Access granted. Greetings, Edward. Would you like to play a game?
What is it with gross obsession with American women? All they do is play games! No matter. Time to charge up the Casimir mechanism. Carry the 1.
Access granted. Switching relay to Sector 115.
Access denied, Richtofen.
What is happening? Scanning for hacksaws.
You fool! I should never have trusted you!
Maxis, how on earth did you get into the machine? No matter.
I know what you are up to, and I will not allow you to succeed.
You should never have kept the DG2 from production. You should never have tried to steal the plans for the MTD.
Stop the madness, Edward. We were supposed to help the human condition, not destroy it.
Indeed. And now you are dead. And your little girl is going to be next. She is the source of madness, not I.
She is just a little girl, Edward. She doesn't even know what she's doing.
And delete. Goodbye, Dr. Maxis.
Security override active.
However, Richtofen tried to delete him and finished charging the real device. 4 glass tanks emerged from the MPD. The subjects then killed 100 zombies, their souls filling the machine. As they did so, Samantha, in her final moments of power, gave several death threats to Richtofen. She even attempted to warn him of the apothecons hiding in the ether.
You will never succeed in this, Edward! The blackness will swallow your pride! Something far more terrible than you lies here! I'll destroy you for what you've done today! Edward, you will tremble in fear! I'll slice you apart and expose your remnants so you will be judged for what you have become! Your tears will taste so sweet when you beg for your miserable life! You did this! I will have no mercy on you for your arrogance! I will destroy all those who help you! The Earth's destruction will lie in your hands, Edward! Your fault!
Then Richtofen placed the charged real device into the MPD, which made him switch souls with Samantha. Richtofen was now in Samantha's body in the MPD, while Samantha was now trapped in Richtofen's body.
is destroyed all!
But not before we continue the game.
Now being the owner of extraordinary powers, Richtofen took control of the zombies. Upon his rise to power, he turned the zombies' eye color to blue to signify his control. Tank, Nikolai, Takeo, Samantha, the CDC, and the CIA noticed this and fought onwards.
Greetings! If you are receiving this message, it means that Richtofen has entered the device. If you free me, I will help you minimize the damage that he will inevitably cause.
Then Maxis contacted Tank, Nikolai, Takeo, and Samantha, saying that he wasn't deleted, but just impaired, claiming that he could minimize the damage that Richtofen would cause. So they used the 4 terminals again to free Maxis.
Good. Now that I am in control of the station, we have one last chance to sever Edward's link with Earth. I will calculate the position. Retrieve the artifact and take it to the launch platform.
Then they used a QED to remove the egg from the MPD. Then they teleported the egg using a Gersh device to the top of a R7 rocket, which triggered a launch.
I have finished the calculations. Launch protocol initiated. Launch in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 30 seconds to impact.
Maxis launched 3 R7 rockets towards the Earth, which made contact and exploded. One landed directly upon Nuketown, annihilating the CDC, CIA, and everything else present there.
That's it? Seriously? All that work and all we did was blow up the Earth? What the fuck?
Ha ha! Goodbye, wife number 9! I do not think I will be able to top that one. She died when I blew up the Earth! Fun times! I will miss her.
I promised to destroy every rust remnant of 935. I will destroy them all!
We did it, Daddy! Yay! The Earth went boom, boom. Goodbye, Daddy. I love you and I miss you. But I want my body back. And I'll destroy that evil Richtofen for taking Daddy away!
Well, that was a much larger explosion than I anticipated. I have done all I can. I certainly hope those calculations were correct.
Is that all the damage those missiles did? I was hoping for less ground and more lava.
Much of the Earth became a barren landscape, and lava and other disasters were relatively common. A ring of debris floated around the Earth, with chunks of it continually falling back down. Element 115 began to spread across the globe, reanimating zombies everywhere. People worldwide had to survive and fight for their lives. Richtofen no longer had a world full of people to torment, but he had an army of the undead. However, Richtofen's body also reanimated as a zombie, and it had enough influence to command the zombies around it. The geological disruption created a huge hole in the crust in the middle of Africa near the buried town, which came to be known as the Rift, which collected a relatively large amount of 115 and was temporally unstable. The Rift was responsible for ripping the nearby western town forward in time. George Barkley, a former CDC assistant director in Druid Hills, Georgia, United States, discovered some of the awful side effects of Element 115.
Attention all on this channel. This is George Barkley, former assistant director of the CDC facility in Druid Hills, Georgia. Prior to the destruction of our headquarters, our research found evidence that contaminants are now infecting the very air we breathe. As such, exposure of some sort appears inevitable for all survivors. Symptoms are variable, but most subjects display short-term memory loss, psychosis, delusion, and paranoia. Short-term memory loss has also been reported, but as of yet, I have been unable to confirm this. We advise all individuals to monitor their fellow survivors for signs of the above symptoms, paranoia in particular. Ask yourself, are those closest to you really who you think they are? Are they following their own secret agenda? Are they perhaps plotting against you? The dangers presented by such symptoms cannot be overstated. It was with deep sadness that I myself was forced to euthanize 14 members of my own team. My condolences to their families. I hope this message serves as a warning to all survivors. We must all do whatever it takes to ensure our future as a species. Thank you.
Under airborne Element 115-induced illusion, Barclay euthanized 14 members of his own team and proceeded to make a transmission to anyone that would hear him to warn them of the dangers of the Element 115 contaminant.
If there's anyone out there, please respond. I desperately need help. Nothing's left me, and I'm alone and frightened. Help! I tried to do it right, but the others, they weren't listening. This piece comes here. This piece comes there. I couldn't do it on my own. I need help. I really do. The German man stopped talking to me, and I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do.
Richtofen began to contact survivors. He was not happy that the world had been taken from him, and he aimed to fix that. However, no survivors met his expectations.
Science has failed us. He has abandoned us. In this new world, we alone are your salvation. We alone can light the way. Hear our words. Heed our call. There is but one path to enlightenment. Just as they would consume us, we must consume them. We are the living, and we are the dead. We are the flesh, and the flesh is us. We will not starve. We will thrive.
An organization or movement began where people would consume zombie flesh to survive. They were known as the Flesh. Their practices aligned very much with cannibalism and occultism. One notable member of the Flesh was Samuel J. Stuhlinger.
Redcon 5, this is Saber 1-0. Our sweep failed to find any evidence of survivors on site. Broken Arrow is not viable for new FOB. That's a negative, sir. Records appear to have been destroyed in a fire prior to the facility being overrun. Sir, we believe staff may have been trying to destroy evidence implicating them in the outbreak. Understood, sir. Confirmed drop in T-5. Retreating to safe distance.
Two military or former military men operated a mission in this post-apocalyptic world. Saber 1-0 was the codename of a man with a jet plane. He was communicating to a man by the codename Retcon 5. Saber 1-0 made a sweep in his jet over Broken Arrow's headquarters. Saber 1-0 and Retcon 5 had 3 mission objectives: to find survivors, to find records relating to the outbreak, and to evaluate it as a new forward operating base. There were no survivors. All of the records were destroyed by staff in the fire to prevent their own incrimination in the use of Element 115. The place was designated for bombing, and Saber 1-0 dropped his payload and retreated.
Anyone listening? We have food, water, and medical supplies. Enough to last several years.
Some survivors in this post-apocalyptic world took refuge in a former government facility in Jack Flats, Nevada. The leader of the site made attempts to reach out to survivors to let them know this place was safe. Maxis contacted these survivors through the technology present there.
What has occurred cannot be undone. However, I realize the calculations were made in haste and could potentially threaten the entire globe. That was not the intent. I considered a possible plan B should this occur, but this plan would consist of creating global polarization devices that would... It appears I have difficulty speaking. Devices when the power... Shut the power... me.
Maxis was limited that he could only communicate through technology. Devices with high amounts of power interfered with his signal, preventing him from communicating. He insisted that he did not mean to inflict as much damage on the world as he did, and he told the survivors that he was trying to create global polarization devices for his Plan B. Richtofen, however, also contacted the survivors.
What's that? Who's there? Yes, I can hear you. Flesh? Of course I have. There's nothing else. No, I won't do that. How do I know you're not lying? You could be making all that up, huh? Well, sure, that only makes sense. Dude. Hilda. But... No, I see. Sure. Really? But they're my friends. Yes. Of course I see now. I'll do it. I'll do it for you. For you and the flesh.
When some of the survivors began hearing Richtofen and following his orders, a civil war in Jack Flats broke out, with one half fighting for Richtofen and the other for Maxis, each trying to establish some sort of tower with a power input.
Voice! Come in, unidentified electronic voice! We've been attempting to activate your spire as instructed, but one of our members began hearing the other voice you warned us about. He turned on the rest of us and shot one member of our crew and wounded another before we restrained him. Hello? Hello? Damn this thing! Why doesn't it answer when we call it? Hello?
Hello. This is Jackass Flats, calling any human community within broadcasting distance. We're located at standard map coordinates 37 degrees, 07 north, 116 degrees, 03 west. This is a warning to anyone contacted by a group of mysterious voices. Several of our party began to hear the voices, and their competing instructions and incompatible demands drove a wedge down the center of the camp. Half of the camp is carrying out the demands of only through electronics. This voice is a big, long, and its ultimate goals unclear. The other voice cannot be heard by humans who have not been on the long madness this way lies. Neither of these instruction sets will understand. Those of us who have not chosen a side have been hunted by both sides, seeking to force us to assist them. Oh God, they found us! Oh! Get back! You get stuck!
The conflict grew, each side with their disadvantages. Maxis wasn't punctual with his limited responses, and Richtofen was able to only penetrate a few people's minds. Richtofen was only able to speak directly at length with people who had consumed zombie flesh. Armed conflict killed many people, and some people even went crazy due to the predicament. The zombie threat also didn't help.
Hello? Hello? Are you there? We have activated the spire as you instructed, but the shamblers are swarming our location, and we can't hold out against their superior numbers for long without aid. Hello? Please, come in. It is vital that you instruct us on that...